Look, I gotta take off early, okay?
But your shit!
Rick is gonna cover for me.
I'm what?
Yeah, I'll talk to you tomorrow, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. I'll talk to you.
Speaking of Rick, I wonder if the poor kid knows his father's hitting the bottle again.
Put a lid on it, Harry.
Harry, I haven't seen you since the 4th of July party. What's the scoop?
Well, as long as you have hope, Bauer, I guess you don't need this.
I mean, you really want to try to work things out? Well, come on. How should we start?
I think we should start by having you move back in.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's time you come home yet.
Oh, Maureen. That's all I've been praying for.
Dad.
You know,
Dad.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, sure, go ahead.
There's a rumor going around this hospital that you've been drinking again.
Oh.
Dad, tell me it isn't true.
Thank you very much, Dr. Careless. This is just the evidence I need to prove that you've been drinking on the job.
Well, I guess I better go check on Mrs. Robinson.
Oh, boy, you can have her. You want her chart?
Yeah, please. Well, it sounds like she's been leaning a little heavy on the old pub.
Yeah, she treats us like we're room service.
Well, look at it this way, you know, the old bag, she's recovering back to normal.
I'll be glad.
Yeah.
I got him.
Dr. Edward Bauer!
Looks like you're going to have to find yourself another hero to worship.
What are you talking about, Charlotte?
The administration is going to have to take me seriously this time. I can prove Dr. Bauer's been drinking. I have evidence.
Dad, there is a rumor going around this hospital you've been drinking again.
Oh.
Dad, tell me it isn't true.
I'm sorry, son, I can't. I fell off the wagon. I got drunk.
Do you think we can have our perfect marriage again?
More than anything in the world, I'd sure like to try.
Then I think we should just take it one step at a time.
Okay. Thank you. For backing me up just now.
Oh, it wasn't hard.
Yeah, well, I hate having to lie to my son.
Well, you didn't lie about one important thing.
You mean?
You're not drinking.
Oh, yes.
Excuse me. Yes. Oh, Charlotte Wheaton.
I think that's my cue to leave.
Just a second. No. Who knows what she wants?
Are you kidding? She wants my head on a platter.
Now, don't be silly. It probably has nothing to do with you.
And if it does?
And if it does, then you'll be here to face your accuser. Yeah, send her in, please. Oh, it's Ozzie and Harriet. Is there something I can do for you, Charlotte? Yes. You can vindicate my integrity. And how do I do that, Charlotte? I filed a legitimate report, and you, having a personal interest in the outcome, chose to humiliate me. No, that was not my intention. You forced me to withdraw my accusation. Nobody forced you to do anything, Charlotte. You could not substantiate your charges, so you, quite wisely, I thought, withdrew them. Well, this time it'll be different, because I do have proof. What is this? I found it in the on-call room. It belongs to Dr. Bauer.
What?
This proves I've been right about his drinking all along.
Ed, explain this.
On As the World Turns, Lucinda searches for a way to destroy Craig and Sierra's happiness.
You do recognize the bottle, don't you?
Whiskey.
Physical evidence. You won't be able to explain away the facts this time.
What's there to explain? It's not my bottle.
Want to make a bet? It has your fingerprints all over it.
Well, of course it does. I was just handling it.
I followed you into the on-call room and watched you clean out your locker, and I saw you put this bottle into the trash basket.
Nurse Wheaton, this is a hospital, and we are dedicated to saving lives, not spying on our fellow workers.
Somebody has to take responsibility when a surgeon's conduct endangers the patients and hospital.
Charlotte. All right. I am sorry that I was sharp with you in OR the other day. It was totally uncalled for, and I apologize for it. But that is certainly no reason to continue this mindless vendetta.
Mindless? This is evidence.
What evidence? All I see is a whiskey bottle, ordinary, which you claim you found in the on-call room by rummaging through the garbage.
I did find it, and you know it.
All right. Now, you filed your charges a week ago. Why didn't you have evidence then?
I didn't need any more. Your condition was obvious.
Well, it wasn't to anyone else. That is not evidence against me. However, it does indicate that you could be suffering from a severe mental disturbance.
Are you going to let your husband stand there and insult me?
I don't feel he's insulting you, Charlotte. I think he has a very valid point.
This is concrete evidence. How can you ignore it?
Evidence unless you can directly link this bottle to Dr. Bauer. Now, how do I know you didn't go out and buy that whiskey yourself?
I can't believe this.
Listen, I don't want to doubt you, but Charlotte, you do have a record of unsubstantiated charges.
Oh, so that's the game,
I need more evidence than a random whiskey bottle to file formal charges against a senior surgeon.
Senior alcoholic is more like it. Isn't this the way it always is? The brass, protecting the brass.
I think that's
This is
quite
exactly the type of corruption that destroys the morale of dedicated people who
Charlotte,
are working for the good of mankind.
Charlotte, I think...
I wish somebody would slap a malpractice suit on you and ask me to testify.
All right, Charlotte, that's enough.
You just can't stand seeing the truth, can you?
I don't think that you're emotionally stable enough to carry on this conversation any longer. Why don't you take your evidence and get out?
Are you actually firing me?
No, I'm not. I just think in view of your behavior, it would be a very good idea if you spoke to the staff psychologist.
Oh, go shrink your own brains.
Tom, give us a dirt.
If you do, I'm going to sweep you out of here with it, Charlotte.
Maureen Bauer wouldn't even consider my evidence, even when it was staring her in the face.
Charlotte?
There's no justice at Cedars, just nepotism.
Shut up, Charlotte!
The hell I will. Dr. Bauer is a drunk, and I am sick and tired of everybody covering for him.
Just cool it, man.
Shut up. Just shut up.
Let's just get out of here, Harry.
Get her far away from here. She is impossible.
Is that what's bothering you?
My dad isn't drinking.
All right, okay, so cool it. And nobody listens to that Wheaton weasel anyway.
Well, everybody's listening to her, though, right?
Not if we go down to the cafeteria. Come on, time for a coffee break.
Hey, Wheaton's next.
Ed, how could you stand there and deny everything to her face?
It was in my locker. I was keeping it there as a crutch, but I hadn't touched it. I didn't feel guilty of anything.
I see.
All right, I fell off the wagon when you threw me out of the house. But I realized that there was no future in that, so I've been trying to put my life back together again for you and for Rick and for... I had completely forgotten about that bottle in my locker until I was going through it. When I found it, I threw it in the garbage. I had no idea that Nurse Wheaton was spying on me.
Obviously.
I don't need a drink anymore, if I have you. My drinking days are over. The question is, can you believe me?